So I just got back from the dentist, and the dentist was telling me that I have very high blood pressure. Anyway, I kind of want to show you guys where I left off with the account. If you guys can see right here, you can kind of see my balance. I was at 47,000 earlier this week. I had a couple of trades that went a little bit south. Today, I'm kind of keeping it easy. I've been having a lot of stress outside of the market, and it's been affecting my trading. But if you guys recall, the last time I did one of these videos, I was at 36,000. I haven't put any additional money into the account. A lot of that has to do with the fact that Micron and Teva, if you guys recall, these prices were really low before. Like I think last time I was trading Micron, it was when I made it visible, it was like $30.80 or something like that. I've been selling off my stake. I've been actively buying, selling, and replacing my shares. Teva is gone now. If you take a look at the price of Teva, so you guys can kind of see. I got rid of my exposure. I think I cost averaged in this account probably around 16 or 17. The only thing I've been actually buying or selling as of right now are, hang on, let me put this on privacy mode. The only thing else I've been actually buying and selling in this time frame is just S&P Futures. So I've been kind of actively buying and selling. Right now I'm down for the day. You know, you guys, you don't need to spend that much time doing research. You can trade the same damn securities over and over again and kind of make a living off of that. Right now I'm debating whether I should hedge this S&P future contract. I only have one at the moment. I think we're at a volatile point in the market where one could actually be enough to ride out $400 or $500 profit for the day. For instance, if you take a look, S&P was at 25.80 at some point today, and it went up to 25.94. I'm just saying it's difficult to do this, obviously, but if you were to buy it around here for, let's say, 25.80 and sell it at 25.94 or even 25.92, you've made $600, which, you know, depending on how much money you're making, could be a lot or could be a little. You know, I'm not really sure where you guys are at with your finances. But beyond that, I think the market's going to be a little bit volatile for the next few months, and I prefer to keep my sizes on this a little bit on the low side. So earlier today, I had actually already, Earlier today, I had already bought and sold. I bought at 25.92, sold it at 25.94. Later on, I bought at 25.93. I thought the market would actually finish in the positive for today. It's only 3 o'clock. We'll see where I stand with that, but it might not actually finish positive. I'm debating whether I want to hedge this trade out with potentially shorting SPY, or maybe a negative ETF, or maybe I'll buy options contracts against it. Having said all that, this is not the worst time to be in the S&P index. We'll see. Maybe I'll just offload this at the end of the day today for either some money if it goes in the money, or I'll decide to hedge it. I'll keep you guys posted at the end of the day. It's been a while since I recorded one of these videos, so it feels good to be back. It's around 3:53. I lost about $25, now about $37.50, because I wanted to make sure I was recording, as I don't record all the time while I'm trading, and I really have been trying to, but this is kind of my profit and loss so far for the day today with S&P Futures. I'm going to go ahead and place a sell order right now. Yeah, so I could have sold it right around here. That would have been $275 versus right now the $225 that I will be taking, and it just keeps dropping second by second. The nice thing about trading futures versus other accounts is I do feel like at some point by the end of today, or at some point, it will hit 25.96 even after potentially market hours close. So I'm not too nervous if it doesn't get sold out or not. That's kind of the price I'm hoping to hit. We'll see if I can offload this. Stupid me, I wanted to make sure my webcam was plugged in, and for some reason my webcam driver was taking forever to load. Otherwise this would have already been off my plate. Yeah. Alright, well I was going to show you guys my sell, but obviously, oh, what, it sold? Okay, well good, that's good. It just jumped. That's the end of the day market. It just jumped from 25.94 to 25.96, and as you guys can see, that's kind of my profit and loss for the day on trading futures. We're gonna head into earnings season. I don't know if I'm gonna continue to trade stocks or focus on individual stocks, because honestly this stock right here has been a cash cow for me. In terms of day trades, If you can afford to buy this for 1,000 shares, $36,000 gets you a lot of exposure to a really good day trade. And you guys can kind of see what's happening here right now. Anyway, not going to close this out today. Micron's just been a really good stock to day trade. I actually do think it's a great company too, and I have a lot of it in my long-term portfolio, and I will continue to day trade that as mini futures. But perhaps in my later videos, I'll, as we get into earnings season, I'll do a little bit more, trading other securities and things like that. But truthfully, guys, you can make a living just trading the same things. There are other people that just trade S&P, SPY or QQQ, and they don't look at anything else. They just have a very good feel for the tape of those two stocks, and they don't bother with anything else. Anyway, that's enough for me today, and maybe I'll do a follow-up later on.
I just want all of the money. Do you know what I said? I gotta get this.
Hey guys, it's January the 14th. I wanted to do a stock recap for you guys this week. Essentially, last week I did very little trading. I had an insane week, both with work, business, and some other stuff. I do have some footage I'm going to show you guys. On Friday, I traded S&P Mini Futures. I made about $250 trading futures, and you'll notice that my account is officially unbricked. It's above what I showed you about 2 videos ago. If you want to go back 2 videos, you can kind of see. I fell from like 44,000 down to 36. So right now I'm back up about around 45 and change, something like that. It was actually as high as 47,000 earlier. A lot of that was due to the fact Micron and Teva rebounded. To really go into this a little bit further, I didn't really do too much activity. I'm gonna get back into S&P futures trading and things like that. I've actually made a decision where I'm gonna load this account up with a lot more money by the end of the month, or maybe within the month and a half or so, as I sell things in my other accounts and move them, so you guys can see more trading on camera. So I'm kind of excited for that. Right now, however, I am going to the dentist in about 8 minutes, but I wanted to record a quick follow-up with you guys. I don't have any trades that I've done so far today either. Busy life, but like I said earlier, I'm gonna be loading up this account with a lot more money. That way you guys can see some of the trades that I had to do off of this account, because essentially all my money in the account was tied up in Micron, was tied up in Teva, and I really couldn't show you guys that much interesting stuff. But hopefully in the next few months I can have a little bit more footage that you guys can take a look at, and it will be a little bit more interesting to watch. So this was essentially this week's follow-up. Stay tuned for some more interesting trading going on in the future. So I just got back from the dentist, and the dentist was telling me that I have very high blood pressure, and the situation's quite unfortunate. This is not what I went to the dentist to be doing, but the nurse checking my blood pressure said I had very high blood pressure, and when examining my teeth, the doctor had basically kung fu grip on my lip, and my lip is all messed up. The whole experience was kind of miserable. I don't know what's up with these doctors and these nurses. I got really upset about the whole blood pressure thing. Maybe I'm just getting older, maybe it's trading stocks, or maybe I'm just being too frugal and not taking good care of myself. So I just came home. I'm not really happy about everything. I saw these cookies here, and so I was hoping to eat these cookies and take away the pain of having high blood pressure. Then I went to go grab a plate from the cabinet right here, and as I was grabbing the plate like this, I ended up dropping the plate, and I ended up smashing the plate. All the pieces come on the floor. It just hasn't been a lucky week for me. It's not been a good week, and I'm glad I wasn't trading stocks, because this bad luck would have carried onto the stock market. I'm gonna skip the 10-minute recap, and I'm gonna enjoy eating these cookies and taking my blood pressure right now. Hopefully next week I'll come back at you with more trades and lower blood pressure. So I'd like to see you guys then. Maybe I didn't put it on right. What the heck? This doesn't make any sense to me, okay? So I went to the dentist's office, obviously not expecting them to take my blood pressure or anything, just to do a basic consultation on whether or not, I can get my wisdom teeth extracted. Anyway, the dental assistant comes in, takes my blood pressure, and measures my blood pressure at 155 over 88. Some ridiculous number like that. And gave me this huge scare like, hey, you know, you should go test your blood pressure on a regular basis and do this and do that and, you know, cut back on salt. Giving me all sorts of this bogus advice. I come home and I'm kind of freaked out right now because I'm not that old and I'm thinking, okay, this is it. Can't go to Chick-fil-A anymore. You know, I can't eat fried chicken. Can't go to Mickey D's. Anyway, lucky for me, I found this this blood pressure measuring device here. I'm currently at my mom and dad's house, and you know, this is just one of the tools that they had laying around, and I figured out how to use the thing. And after using it, I realized my blood pressure is normal. I read online that, you know, your blood pressure should be below 120/80 or something along those lines. I measured it on 3 different occasions. I received a blood pressure as low as 117. I've gotten it as high as 129 or something like that on the high side. And it's just a shame that someone would just go in there and start measuring my blood pressure and just ruin your day like that. You know, as a matter of fact, I feel like you can easily give someone high blood pressure by telling them they have high blood pressure when they don't have high blood pressure. I think people need to be more careful with their work. Like if you're a nurse and you tell people they have high blood pressure, you know, it really does have a bad effect on people. Like if I were to do my job poorly trading stocks, right, I lose money. You know, money is out my pocket the moment I make a mistake. So, you know, it's just, you know, be careful who you trust about, you know, your health and things like that. It's the #1 cost of living here in the US. Anyway, for next week, I hope to have some good trades to show you guys, and we'll catch up then. I'm still a little too irritated to go over my market recap, but we'll catch up next week.